let's go on to big secret number 2, where you're finally making investments where you can help someone else. Okay, you're helping other people when you buy tax certificates because you help the owners because their property is not confiscated. Okay, yes, they'll owe you money for the tax certificate, but they'll find a way to pay you when they recover. But your tax certificate also does other things. It pays for the schools, it pays for the police department, it pays for the fire department. It takes care of the hospitals and the libraries, and it takes care of fixing the road. So your payment, when it goes to the government, is helping a lot of other people. Not to mention how much money you're going to make at 16 or 18 or 24%. Now, I promised you earlier that I'd show you how to take a $2,000 investment and grow it into $120,000. So this is pretty easy math. So stay with me. You're going to see some pretty amazing returns, okay? Now, don't make these deadly mistakes with your money. Don't do this, because this is what a lot of people do. They take the $2,000, they put it in the bank, and let's say they're making 3.75 interest rate. Okay, so you could easily figure out 3.75 times 2,000, you'd know your profit in 1 year. So invest the profit and the principal again, and do that 19 more times, you'd have $4,129. That's not going to be taking care of you at all in the future, $4,129. All right, so that's a challenge. All right, but we know, because we're in the tax lien and deed business, that what happens is a place like Arizona could pay 16% interest. All right, so let's see what happens if we take the same $2,000, invest it in Arizona. $2,000 invested at 16%, reinvest the profit and the principal for 20 years, and it's $30,000. Well, that's certainly a lot better, and all I've done is change the interest rate. The choice is yours. Do you want to go to the bank, or do you want to buy the tax certificate? Well, at 16% looks like the tax certificate. All right, well, let's take it one step further. Let's kind of go for the gold, and let's go to Iowa, where Iowa pays 24%. All right, so we got a $2,000 investment. We got a 24% interest rate. We figured out 1 year. Let's do it for 20 years. It's $120,000. Now, everyone that's watching this presentation can afford to get started at $2,000 and look forward to this. Can you find $2,000 a year? Of course you could. This is the kind of investment that has a lot of opportunities for you. Okay, tax certificates are safe, they're secure. You invest with the government, and your profit checks and your capital will come back from the government, not from Ted.Thomas. The money comes directly from the government. Okay, so let's look at this house and assume you paid the tax certificate and the owner failed to come in and buy the certificate back or redeem the tax certificate. The local government is going to give you the keys. They're going to award you their property. How often would you need to make a deal like that to feel pretty happy? You'd love to have that property for just the back taxes. So one deal like that could end your money worries for decades. Now, I don't want to brag about myself, but I thought you'd like to know why you should listen to me. I'm an investor just like you do. Just like you, I do the same thing. Now, I don't waste your time. I'm a no-nonsense guy. This learning system that I teach you is proven and it's tested for over 2 decades. Now, I've been doing this successfully for 25 years. I'm the only publisher and author that will give you a written guarantee of results. Now, I know exactly why you're here. You expect me to tell you what to do and how to do it so you'll be successful. Well, I'm happy to do that. My teaching is based on results. There's no fluff. My training is down to earth. It's step by step. Plus, I have full-time guides to hold your hand and help you. Now, you don't want to learn by trial and error. Why? Because mistakes could really cost you a lot of money and take a long time to recover. Now, I have the ability, the knowledge, the experience to guide, and I have a whole team of coaches that are willing to help you out. Now, most people don't have a plan to improve their cash flow. So I'm going to create one for you, and I'm going to give it to you. Now, there's always a question that comes up. People who are just getting started, they say, Ted, what if I buy a tax lien certificate and the owner doesn't pay me back my investment? Well, I'm going to answer that question with a case history from one of my female students so that you'll see for yourself. Now, this is a young mother, okay? Her name is Recia. And this is a picture of her husband and one of her sons. They followed my step-by-step system, and you're about to see and hear some pretty amazing results. Now, Recia paid only 6 cents on the dollar for a tax certificate. Her total investment was $11,000. The property owner failed to pay and redeem the certificate. The government awarded her a no mortgage condominium valued at $180,000 according to the tax assessor and Zillow.
Hi, I'm Recia Davis. I have a beautiful family. I'm married to this gentleman for 7 years, and we have 2 young boys, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I don't have a full-time job. This is what I do, and I do it because I can have my kids at home. I can take them with me on vacation. I can take them wherever I want to go, wherever we want to go, and I can do this all from a computer. You know, I still want to contribute to the household. I want to make sure that we have enough funds to live the life we want. You know, and having the resources and having the people that have our back and help us achieve that, it's incredible. This is life-changing. This is something that really is something you can do 10 to 12 hours a week. You can do maybe even less than that, depending on your knowledge of that particular market or that system. This is an opportunity where you can earn more than you would at a job in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks. There's not that demand for you to fit societal pressures of getting dressed in the morning and making yourself up. I mean, it sounds silly, but it's a lot of work for women to have to also put on makeup and have to wear a certain outfit. You know, this is stuff you can do from your pajamas if you want.
My all-in investment on this particular opportunity, where I was successfully foreclosed on the right to redeem, was about $11,000 on a property valued at $180,000.
That property had no mortgage, and they invested $11,000, and it was worth $180,000. Now, you make just one deal like Recia made, and that will end your money worries forever. It doesn't take too many deals like that to have a pretty nice portfolio. Now, when you see results like that, doesn't it make sense to get started? Well, I'm sure it does. Now, I don't know how much money you make, or maybe you don't have very much money to get started, but here's Bob. He's going to shock you. He purchased a tax certificate for $67, and the property owner failed to pay the taxes. Now, there's thousands of these certificates. There's actually millions of these certificates available. This could be you.
I'd have to say that the best dollar-for-dollar deal I've ever done on a piece of land, it happened in Oklahoma. I went out to an outlying county and I bought a tax lien. The tax lien was on a 25-acre piece of land. The tax lien was only $67.12. You'd think that nobody would ever abandon a piece of land for that small of a tax bill, but things like that do happen. And guess what? Those people never did pay that tax. They never redeemed that tax lien, and I ended up getting the tax deed to that property. I eventually sold that piece of land for $22,500. It's not uncommon to make $10,000 or $20,000 off of a deal.
If you don't get involved in this program now, what will you do to handle your money worries and your financial future? Let's move on to secret number 3. We're going to talk about those high interest rates, and we're also going to talk about how you can do this from home. Now, I know you won't believe this right away, but you can buy properties using your laptop from home, and you never have to leave the home or your office to do this. Now, I'll teach you my secret weapons as we go, but plus I'll have deal-making coaches to help you. Okay, now I've spent the last 5 years teaching people in foreign countries how to do this, to do it online. For example, I have successful students in Sydney and Melbourne, Australia, Singapore, Bangkok, Thailand, London, England, Mexico City, and the majority of the provinces in Canada. So I have people all over the world doing this online. If you do this right, you can make a bundle. Buying power is on your side. Buying at tax-defaulted auctions with discounts of 60, 70, and 80% is common at these auctions. This gives you massive room to make serious money safely. Not everyone starts with small dollars. Many investors who have money are frustrated with their brokers and their financial planners and their advisors. Thousands of separated and single women are searching for a secure investment. Debra lost money with her advisors, and that was frustrating. Debra tried for years to find someone to manage her portfolio. She only asked for a 5% return. It was frustrating, as most advisors had lost her money. Finally, she took matters into her own hands, and starting with my training and $25,000, she quickly turned that into a $50,000 profit working from her kitchen table. Now here's Debra telling you about how you can do the same from your kitchen table.
My name's Debra Murphy. Purchased my first property, bought it for $24,000. It'll literally sell for $70,000. I'll probably list it around 75, 76, and it'll sell. I did it all online, by phone and by computer. Ted's material showed me that I can depend on the county records, what's online as far as property appraisers records, what's online as far as all the documentation around a property that I could depend on knowing 75% of what's going on with that property without even stepping foot on it. So there's just so much more available online. There are 3 reasons why I love doing the tax deed sales. Number 1, it's something that my husband and I can do together now and when we retire down the road. It can be fun for us. At the same time, we can be making money and doing business. Second reason is I'm learning a ton about myself and my skill sets, and I really am enjoying the personal growth. And the third reason is it's great money.
Just one deal like Debra Murphy completed from the kitchen table would solve your money worries. If you had attended my online training classes for making money a few years ago, where would you be now? Now, in just a few minutes, I'll be finished with this presentation. Hopefully, you have carefully considered where you want to be next year financially. I'm sure you'll see how this could work for you. Now, generally, women do very well in this business. That's because we train them and they do the research. They ask a lot of questions, which means they get more answers. Now, this is clean, white-collar work. Forget about fix-up. That's going to be nonsense. Now, I don't want you to think this is a piece of cake. You must focus 5 to 10 hours a week. Don't let some YouTube video impress you that you can do this easily and without any training. It's simple, but you know it's not easy to make $25,000 or $50,000 without a guide and some training. This system is built, it works, it's proven, and it's been tested. Tons of training and coaching is provided. You only need 5 to 10 focused hours a week. Now, don't quit your day job. This is part-time. Stop worrying about how old you are. Earlier, you met Dorothea. Now, she was 83 years old, and she turned $30,000 into $130,000. Next, you'll meet Juanita. She's 92 years old. Got her bidders numbers, you can see there now. It was 73. She decided to join a small group, and she headed over to the auction. And this is what happened.
There was 47 lots for sale, and the minimum bid was $103.
How much did you pay?
$3,770.
Okay, so she spent $3,700, and this property's going after hers for how much?
Right now they're listed for $28,000. And I did already get a lowball offer. I could have doubled it, but to hell with that.
Could have doubled what?
I could have doubled my money.
You turned it down, you could have doubled
I
your
sure
money?
as hell did.
You sure as hell did.
What I did tell her, I will drop it all the way down to 20, easy. But I'll still make a good
So you
amount.
make 3 times your money.
Yep,
So this is like a little gold mine.
it is.
Yeah. Let's thank Juanita for helping us out. Was that great? Okay, and as you can tell, she's having fun and she's adding to the profits in her portfolio. Now, why trust Ted? Well, I have no investments to sell you and no commissions to make selling you investments. I'm not a money manager, a planner, or an advisor, so I seek no fees from you. I'm not beholden or paid by a stock or insurance company or firm, okay? I'm a teacher and entrepreneur who works in the trenches, and I practice what I teach. Now, I have ironclad proof that what I'm teaching you to do will work for you. Now, I conduct buying tours, as you've just seen, and I conduct seminars. Tax certificates themselves are government-issued certificates. You can't buy them from me. Now, thousands of my systems are sold on a fully guaranteed basis. You'll have my performance guarantee. Now, these people look like they're having a lot of fun, okay? So let me ask you this question. The question is this: are you excited about what we're doing? I hope you are. But right now, you probably feel like you're drinking out of a fire hose, and I understand that. Okay, well, there's good news, because the good news is we're the light at the end of the tunnel. That's right. The Ted.Thomas training is the light at the end of the tunnel. This will teach you all the steps that you need. So I hope this is making sense, and this training is going to be part of your future, because your future will be different than your life is now than you currently have. That's for sure. Okay? These people are all making serious money, as you've just seen. Now, just like you saw earlier from Grandma Shannon, Recia, and Debra, they are doing the same thing. The choice is always going to be yours. You can buy tax lien certificates, safe, secure investments, or you can buy tax deeded properties, which you can buy for 10 and 20 cents on the dollar. Either way, this learning system is a solution to cash flow problems. With tax lien certificates, your life is filled with abundant ways to make money. This learning system is a solution to your cash flow problems.